time. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the London Bulldogs. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a first down throw. Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers in. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Nick Perry in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. The numbers for Jones last week, Very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. The first carry for Josh Adams. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, check 26.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play.
Hey, where are going?
Now Jones. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Devontae Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And Thomas has it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second down, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's...
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You got him. You got him.
On second down, Adams. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And Adams has it complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Underneath for Johnson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Throwing is Stafford. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's second down. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he finds Julius Thomas. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On second down, here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Stafford here. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Nick Perry in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the gun, here's Stafford. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Rodgers now on first down. Out left side here to Bryant. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 27. To throw is Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
On 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He finds Humphreys. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Now Matt Prater for the point after.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense. But when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues, and the chains move again from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And quickly they get to the line. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. His throw incomplete. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. That is brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Get reset. Hey, easy. We are going.
They'll run it with Williams. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's going to get it running right, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Josh Adams, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd and 5. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
I think we should put a stopwatch on that one. You talk about having all day to throw the football. able to scan the field, find someone open after a long time. Big-time credit to the offensive line for protection. That's what we used to call throwing out of the rocking chair.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford over the middle. Open is Thomas. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. He gets it to Humphreys. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the red zone now, Stafford. It's caught. Humphreys. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
319.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Finding room inside the 40. Touchdown! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air. Stafford on second down. The tight end Julius Thomas, the intended target, and it's third down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Stafford. And now another one thrown incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. This is Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Davante Adams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Hey, where are going? 319.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And now running right through it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Oh, this is blocked. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Stafford on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A big play there for Detroit. And even 40 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Adam Humphries. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Prater for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. Hard to call this guy a game manager, but that's really all he's needed to do. The running game, fantastic.
And they've actually put themselves in a spot where they're able to close the game out, doing what you would want to do in this situation anyway, run the football. But they don't have to ramp up into it. They're already there. They've been establishing it the entire game.
Now they can keep that running theme and get into the locker room with a win. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Get reset. Hey, easy. 319. Let's go.
On second down now, Adams trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The offense on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9.
4 down, check, 4 down. Get reset, hey, easy.
They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for London, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders.